So you're coming to the Lowcountry of South Carolina. You're retiring from most likely Midwest, Northeast corridor. You've vacationed in Hilton Head. You've been down a few times, but now you're getting ready to move. And the big question is, do I buy a resale home or do I buy or build a brand new home? That's the big question. And we're going to answer that, so stay tuned. So I'm here on site, and you will see a lot of areas where they're building homes. And I know that's always a question in a lot of people's mind. Do I buy a resale home or do I build a home? What entails the building part? Let me first of all start off by saying this video is being sponsored by Belmont Insurance Group. They are fantastic. They will find you home insurance. This is not a normal situation. Oh, I bought a house, I need insurance. No, a little bit more tricky here, and you're going to need professionals on your side. And Belmont does an awesome job. Marc Riccardi, super good guy, and I'll put all his information down below. Now to the task at hand. If you're going to build a home and you come down to this area, you really have a couple of choices. Number one, you can go through model centers such as, there's quite a few, Latitude Margaritaville, Sun City, Four Seasons, the D.R. Horton company has models. And if you go that route, you're going to have customization, but it's going to be limited. And it's going to be a set price. It's a floor plan that's there. It's very attractive. It's super easy to do. And you can go through that process very simple. And you get to pick out all of your options: countertops, doorknobs, bathtubs, fixtures. I could go on. And they have a process. That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is meeting with the builder, and if it's a luxury style community, you're going to want to get an architect. And that architect works very closely with the builder. And they're going to put together a floor plan. You're going to meet with the architect and what you like in a house, moving the wall out, expanding the den, blah, 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 and all that. And the architect works with you and the builder. It's a much more expensive process, but you will find that in the Palmetto Bluffs of the world, the Colleton Rivers of the world, luxury upscale communities. Just a little bit of a variation on that is you can meet with the builder. The builder has a lot of different floor plans, and they work with a draftsman. So you'll come in with sit down with the builder and go over floor plans, and you don't like that wall there. You want a big open room. You want a pool. You want a cage coming out, and all these different things. They're going to take that floor plan that they have and give it to their draftsman, and they're going to create a floor plan for you, and you have complete customization when you do that type of experience. When you're going through a model center, a lot of times you can make changes of interior walls as long as it's not structural, but forget changing the footprint of the house. They're not going to do that. So different scenario. On the building a home, let's get into the square feet price. Number one, when you say to a builder or a good realtor, what is the cost per square foot to build? I assume you're talking about a house with no land, okay? And it's all over the board. What do you want in the house? Do you want all marble? Do you want Italian marble flown in from Milan? Do you want Ming Dynasty thick carpet in the primary bedroom? It goes on and on like that. So that's why it's very difficult to give a straight answer on price per square foot. However, let's do it anyway. If you're coming down here and you're going to look in a typical neighborhood, I would say, not luxury, but maybe even non-gated, the houses are not as expensive. You can build a house. I have down here $200 to $250 per square foot. I believe you probably can build for that number. It used to be like 170 to 210, somewhere in there, but building materials have changed, all kinds of things. So I'm going to say that range. If you're in the luxury market, some of the higher end golf communities, either on Hilton Head Island or the mainland, I'm putting in here $400 to $550 per square foot. These numbers are based on what the builders are building in that particular neighborhood. That's what their clientele likes in a house. They know what quartz countertops cost. They know the crown molding, the quarter round, the high-end fixtures. They know all these numbers, and that's where this number's coming from. If you want to go into ultra luxury, that could be Spring Island, it could be Palmetto Bluff, and certainly, you know, Berkeley Hall, Belfair, Culleton River to a certain extent. But you're looking at $550 to $700 per square foot. And I mean, these are really killer homes. And that's why I'm quoting higher numbers of these ultra luxury communities. It depends on the community where you're going in with models. That is the easy route. There's no doubt about that. So that's something to seriously consider. When you're building, you have the advantage of a builder warranty. That's typically a year warranty on the structural content of the home, foundation, things like that. And then there's an extended warranty past that, but you've got the builder warranty. Longer timeline to build. Building, I've built a home. It's that last 10% that's a killer. I mean, it's just as hard to get the house finished. You've got so many workmen, they don't show up. It's like you go over to the house and it's the fifth day in a row, there's nobody there, and what's going on? So it can be a little bit frustrating. And another thing is decision fatigue. You have to make decisions on everything. You make decisions on sinks, toilets, mirrors, fixtures. I could go on and on and on. So decision fatigue. And there's also unforeseen costs. Don't forget about that when you're building. They'll come up with something like, well, we didn't see this. You know, we were drilling down into the foundation to pour the slab and we ran into something, or the price of copper just went up because of the tariffs. Anyway, you'll see unforeseen situations on this. So just be aware of unforeseen cost. So let's talk about buying a resale home. Now, a lot of people tend to go on the newer side of resale homes. That's because the home is not old, things aren't broken, they don't need a new roof, they don't need HVAC, the electrical's good. That's certainly a wise way to go about it. However, in this market, especially Hilton Head Island, you're going to find older homes. But you're going to walk in and look at an older home and you're going to say, I love it, but I want a different kitchen countertop that was put on 15 years ago, and I want the backsplash. You can do your customization on a resale home and make it your own. I always tell people, whether I buy a home or build, the rule of thumb is try to find the home you want in a resale home. If you can't find that, then you've got building as a choice, because building, as I just mentioned, you've got different things, milestones that you have to do to build a home. It can be a very exciting experience, but there can be some frustration. So resale home, You know, you have the builder warranty on one end, but you can get a home warranty. A lot of realtors pay for that for their clients, which is always nice, or you can get it yourself. And those are very, very effective, especially if it's a little sketchy. You have total protection. Now, don't buy a home warranty for $250. That's not going to work because the fine print says, oh, appliances aren't covered. Oh, roof's not covered. They're $600, $700, $800 for a good home warranty. So, but it's a pretty smart move to get that. Another thing about buying a resale home is it's a faster move-in. Obviously, you can find a home. You don't have to go through any of this. You can find a home and you can close in 30 days around here. 30 days. Belmont Insurance Group's going to find your insurance. You're in. The other thing is established neighborhood. That's kind of a biggie because you see the neighborhood, you know what you're getting, and you don't have to wonder what's going to be built around you. Through the years, we've lived in gated communities, and I was always selling or managing sales teams, and we lived on the property. And it's funny, the people that lived there wasn't a whole lot of houses. And then you'd see somebody building, go, hey, who's that guy over there building? What's that all about? Because you already live there, and like, who's coming? We like it this way. So it's kind of humorous. Anyway, established neighborhoods, you see what you get. Known costs, you know exactly what the costs are because you know utility cost. You know, at Charter One Realty, we get an expense sheet from our clients who are listing property, and they have all the costs there. So you want to know those costs. You also have limited customization. You can always go into a resale home and make improvements the way you want to and make that home your own. So there's always pros and cons to this whole thing. Repairs and updates, you know, it's like a car. You have an older car, and once the transmission goes, now you got to worry about the tires. Once that goes, you've got the transmission again. All kinds of things are going on. A house is a little bit of that way, but you must maintain your home. Roof, electrical, HVAC, and keep it up to date. And you can tell when you go into these resale homes who's maintaining their home and who's not. I will say people judge resale homes. They'll see me and go, hey, how's the market? I see things are not moving as quickly. Wrong-o. Good houses sell very quickly. I will tell you that. There's a lot of people in the United States that are on Zillow or Realtor.com, and they're watching. Every day they're watching. It happens with me, so I know what happens with other realtors. They call you, John, there's a house in Oldfield. It's on Oak Tree. Can you go look at that house? And by the time I contact a listing agent, it's already sold. So be aware of that. You cannot judge the market by the overall. Good houses sell very, very quickly. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Learned a little bit about cost per square foot. Going through models is a very easy process. They have it down to a science. If you want to go the other route, having a builder build it, he's built a few houses, and we can recommend a set of builders that you would love to work with. They do a great job and they build beautiful homes. Or resale market is very good on Hilton Head Island and Bluffton, and you can find a real gem if you go that way. Consider the John Weber team, award-winning team, top 1% of the entire market in 2024. We'll guide you through the entire process, whichever way you want to go. And a reminder again, Belmont Insurance Group does a fantastic job. We really highly recommend Belmont to insure your home, and their information's down below in this video. And if you have a comment, put it down below about maybe you had an experience buying a resale and had to do maybe some extra work, or you built a home and it was a piece of cake. Let us know, and a lot of people read the comments in these videos. So come see us. You're going to look at both angles. If you're with us, you're going to look at other neighborhoods, plus the model connection program. So come see us, the John Weber team. We'll take care of you. A lot of realtors around here, but you'd be dealing with the best.